Hello, gentles and ladymen. I'm Spiro, and I'm not a wizard. So recently there has been a game which has been hitting the internets called Wordle. It's written by a guy called Josh Wardle, Wardle, and it's kind of become you play the game, you get one chance per, you can play the game once per day, and then each day the word resets and people share online how well they did. I'll show you this now because this will be the main help here is here. So you get 6 tries to guess a word. The word you type in, it'll come up, and if the letter that you type in this case the letter W, you typed in weary as your guess, the letter W is in the word and it's in the correct spot. If you type in a word and the letter is in the word but you haven't put it in the correct spot, it'll come up a brownish yellow. And if the letter is not in the word in any spot, it'll be dark grey. So my attempt today, which will probably have expired by the time I upload this, first word I typed in was jumbo. So they were all grey, not a single word, not a single letter showed up in the word. I typed another word, death. It told me that E was in the word, but I didn't get it in the right place. I tried specs. I pulled up 2 correct characters. I tried skiing, and then I tried siege, and I got it. So it's a real interesting game. It's like literally a friend of mine told me about it, and while he came over to visit, we do wargaming together, and mostly these days they would just sit around and chit chat. He told me about this game, and then by the time he had left, I was always like, I came to the conclusion I'm going to try and write this on the Commodore 64. And what day is it today? Today, I think, is Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. He came by and told me about it yesterday. So literally, in probably about 24 hours, he told me about it, and I had written my own. I mean, it's a dead simple game to write, and I thought this would be a great challenge for me to learn a bit more about the C64, and the mechanics of the game are real easy. So I thought it'd be a nice one to just kind of knock out of the park. So what I've done is I'll just where's the camera gone? Man, I got to bring my camera up. This is what happens when I switch. What? Alright, I'm still trying to figure out OBS. Back out, for fuck's sake. Order. Move that to the bottom. Where's my camera gone? Well then. That's not working out as expected. Move to the top. Oh, my camera's disappeared. Let me try and add that manually. I'll change the settings. Properties. Video capture. Oh, jeez. I don't know why that did that. Cool. Well, technology. Who'd have it? So, what I've done is I've extracted the basic code. So I wrote it up in Vice. I've created a D64 image, and I've uploaded that to my GitHub page, which I'll link in the description. So you can download the disk image and just load it like this and run it. It takes quite a little while to load the data. I've got 1,500 odd words in the dictionary. I tried it first. I grabbed from Linux. I grabbed a. That's interesting. I've just noticed the cameras. Oh man, that is. Oh, I've got the wrong camera. I've got the laptop camera. Holy crap! Oh my god. Properties. Video capture. Can't even see that screen. Oh, there we go. That came up. Alright, stuff it. Cancel that. Try that again. Nope. There. Okay. My god. Something has happened to my my external camera. Alright, you got the laptop camera. About that. Sorry about the detours. I'm terrible at making well edited, well planned videos. So I've got here, I've actually just discovered in the last sort of half hour what the guy's actual name was. So the guy's name is Josh Wardle, oddly enough, and the game is WORDLE. WORDLE is actually a programming thing. It's already... Anyway, he made a game out of it, so here we go. I made the C64 conversion of it, so how to play. We'll press space for a bit more help. And we'll press enter for the rest of it. So again, the exact same as the main website. We got them coming up in green if it's in the right, if the letter is in the word and in the right spot. Coming up in brown if it is in the word but in the wrong spot, and dark grey if it is not in the word at all. So we go into the game. The red diamond here shows you the guess that you're on, the attempt number that you're on. So if we type in a word, I tend to put in a word that has common letters and a couple of vowels in it. So that is bad. I'm probably not even going to make much of an attempt to let me try and think of it, because in the proper version he only allows you to type in real words, whereas here I can type in anything I want, and part of that has been wow, there's only one vowel in there. The part of it was a memory restriction. I tried to import something like 5,000 words, and that took up most of the memory that was most of the basic memory that was available, and I couldn't finish writing the program, so I had to cut it down, and I picked, I think it was about 1,511 words that that I thought will give you enough of an option. Okay, so we'll try sleep. We know the S is not there. Oh, look at that. We've got an L in there somewhere, and we've got the E in the right place. So ding, ding. Oh, because the E, yeah. So if I type in just a couple of fail words, fail. Oh yeah, you can go back arrow as well. Fails, and so it won't take. So we can't put in numbers. It'll only accept letters, and it'll wait. It won't submit your attempt when you've entered the last letter, and that is to give you a chance to go back and edit it. So you got to press return, and then that'll go. Oh, look at that! We found where the E and the L are supposed to be. What will be a word that I can try? Shell. Ding, ding, ding. Oh, it was dwell. So there you go. I haven't got the game. Oh, I just noticed I didn't center that properly. I have not got the game restarting. Anyway, I tried it, and after about sort of like 5 or 6 times around, I got an out of memory error, which I haven't looked at. The downside to running it again is that it will reload all the data again. So what do we do? What is the program doing? So this code here, so I basically extracted this code. Vice has got a program that lets you analyze 1541 drives and the files on them. So it's the program is called C1541, and I used that and I did the extract. So I saved the program on the computer, on the disk file, and I loaded the D64 disk image in C1541, and there's an extract command. So I ran extract, and that extracts, as far as I know, that you can only get it to extract all the files on the disk. You can't pick and choose. So I extracted the file, and because it's just a basic program, it exported it in a tokenized format. There is another program that comes with Vice called PetCat, P-E-T-C-A-T, and that that makes the file readable, and it adds these so the screen clear character, which comes out in BASIC as a reversed, is it the heart or the club character? Let me refer to my clear home reversed heart character. So that converts it to these. So we've got red, that is the colour for red. Grey 3, so that's dark grey. Now this here where you see capital letters, that's the shift character. So shift D will produce the Petsky line through this here. So what do I do here? So these, if I go space for help, you can see these boxes I create. I did that with these A string, B string, C string. So shift U gives me that top corner, shift I gives me that top corner, shift C gives me the bar across and the bottom bar, as you can see, CC, shift B gives me the vertical bars. So I dimension an array called GA, which is the guess array. So when we type in a guess, it'll convert each letter to a different character, which then it goes over and figures out whether it's going to be printing in green, brown or dark grey. So it's just, I found it easier to work through that. NW is the number of words, so that's actually 1511 because it starts at 0. Dimensions an array called word string, with the length of it being the number of words. We go sub 2000, so that loads all the data. So the data, if I go down here, is... Oh, what happened here? Oh, look at that. I copied and pasted it afterwards, and that messed up my rem statement. Cool. It was funny, I created a script in Linux to pull 5-character words from the standard Linux dictionary file, and that came out with way too many. As I said, I ran out of memory on the C64, and so I went and cut it down, chose words that were hopefully non-plural and non-American spelling, so as not to confuse everyone. The script added a comma at the end, which turned out to be quite interesting, because what I didn't know was that in 64 Basic, if you add a comma, that's adding another field, so the field is null. So I ended up, the first time I ran it, I looked at the very last element of the array, and it was only like halfway down, and I was like, well, it was a word that started with S, so it was somewhere over here, about 2/3 of the way down. I was like, why is that? And so I started going through it, and I said, give me the word 0, give me the word 1, give me the word 2, give me the word 3, give me the word 4, give me the word 5. It was a blank. Give me the word 6, and it was this one. So re-imported everything without that comma at the end, hence why the re-import was literally just a, if you go to F12, you can go edit and paste from clipboard. So I had written it in Linux and pasted it in there because sod typing all that out. Man, this is running real slow. So what do? We load the data, we print our intro screen, which shows us how to play, just the basic, and then we say, do you want to press return to start the game, or press space to display the rest of the help. So this is the help. So the main game screen, this is the main display. So this prints out this. So that is this code here. So you can see print A string, A string, A string, A string, B string, B string, B string, C string, C string. So that prints the top, middle and bottom graphic lines. It does that 6 times because we get 6 guesses. And then it goes into the main loop. So the main loop, we have 6 attempts. So AT is the variable for attempt. So that's the attempt number. And we do that 6 times. If you fail, it will fall through here and it'll say the word was blah, try again another day, and it'll end the program. If you succeed, the code later on will take you to a success line that says, yeah, you won, and it'll end the program there. So this line here is, oh my god, is clearing the guess array. So it clears it each time you'd make another attempt. This line here clears the guess string, which is the string, the word version of what you typed in. So I can type in something here, and if I say pants and press enter, oh, I probably shouldn't have pressed enter, should I? If I go, I'll put in a different word, farts, and I'm not going to press enter, I'm going to break. Okay, so currently the guess string that I have typed in is that. Now for I equals 1, 2, 5, print GA string. So the array version hasn't been done yet. I next. So it should print out. I'll just print out something just to show that we're printing out something. Ding, ding, ding. So it hasn't got anything. That will only have been picked up after I pressed enter and it started trying to solve it. So it then go subs to 8100, which is it updates the line. So let us go to 8100. Right, so it is updating the line, so it's poking a screen address. So ln is the line number, so line number times 40. We start at 0, plus 11, which will space in a little bit. This is, oh, it's doing a space, so it's actually the red diamond that I print up, updating the line, is actually wiping out the, once we move down to the next attempt, it'll space over the old one, and then we'll end up jumping to this array. So we'll highlight the current line, so character 90 is the is that diamond, and number 10 is going into the color array for that line, and that 10 is light red in this case. So main loop, we do that, and then we go to 7000, which this is not going very well with such a big file, which reads the guess. So it reads in a character, if the character is a character string 20 in decimal, is the delete character. So if you press delete, it will do the appropriate magic to delete characters. If you press return and the count number is greater than or equal to 4, so because you're only entering a 5-letter word, it won't let you press return until you've filled in all of the boxes, basically. And the letters have to be between A and Z. So once we have entered, we go to here, and then we just start saying we basically start looping through everything and saying, extract each character at a time. It first off checks if the character appears anywhere in the picked word. So PW string, each time you run the game at the top of the screen, at the top of the game loop, it will pick a word and it will put that into PW string. Okay, so if the character you entered appears inside the picked word, then I mark the array of that letter with a dash, with a minus sign, and I then go through and say, okay, now if the letter matches in that exact right position, set that array item to a plus, and then that will determine down here when we get to the highlighting, we will be highlighting the boxes in the correct color. So if it's a plus, if the letter is a plus, that means it's going to be green. So we set the color to 13, which is the light green color. Then we go sub 32,000, so that goes through. It'll highlight the correct box. It'll go through each of the items in that array and colorize the correct box. If it's a minus, it'll go through the array and it sets color to 9, so that's the brown, and then it'll go through that same loop. If it's blank, that means that it didn't find it anywhere, sets the color to 11, which is the dark grey, and goes through that loop again. Then it does a little quick check and say if the guess equals the picked word, then print huzzah, you win, and ends the game. Otherwise it'll return, and we will go back to the scroll up, back to the main loop. So we will continue in the loop until we run out of guesses, in which case if we don't guess, it'll say terribly sorry, the word was blah, try again another day. And that's really it. It wasn't complicated. It was really fun to write. Like it was trying to do all the Petsky graphics and getting them lined up, and then trying to figure out getting the colors in all the right places and poking the right memory addresses. That was kind of cool, and it would be completely different writing that in assembly language. The reason I didn't do it in assembly language to start with is because I haven't quite figured out with assembly, like the reading and writing stuff on the screen is easy, but I have not figured out how to do string comparisons the way I want to properly. I haven't figured that out yet. And again, this took me, literally it was done within 24 hours. So it was nice. It was a lot of fun. And, it's not quite the same as the original by Josh Wardle. It's, it doesn't have that, the ability to share. I mean, you can take a screenshot and you can share this. But you can't tweet from within the C64 game. That would be interesting though. I could do that via, that could be possible. So as I say, this will be on my GitHub that you can download, have a play with, both the basic source and the D64 file. I claim no ownership of this. All I did was just write someone else's game as I thought it would work. And so now I can say I have published a game on the Commodore 64 for the first time in my life in 2022. Feels good. So, if you're still here, thanks for sticking with me. Have a play. Upload some screenshots to Twitter. Good to go. Talk to you next time.